Okay, so in this video, we are going to talk about the Tank Commander armor set that you can buy. It's only going to be available for like a couple more days. But there's a lot of inconsistencies about it, I've noticed. So I don't know if it's like intended or a bug or what, but I've decided to take it upon myself to actually upgrade it to see how pay to win it really is. But like, you see these stats, right? And the prices, $25.60, right? Tank Commander, $25.60. The helmet costs more though, but as you see, it has durability loss of B, whereas this only has C. So even at tier 2, it starts gaining more durability. And then at tier 3 and 4, the cost is tremendous because for a helmet, A durability has really high durability. So that seems to be a special feature they gave it, but it doesn't have it until you upgrade it more, because see, C, B, then it's A for the tier 3 and tier 4. But it's like, as you see, the defense values aren't very high when you compare it to like the higher end gears. Well, I don't really have Knight Raider leveled, but you see 546 ends up being 967, 484. This says 872. I just, I need a little more carbon fiber to finish that, but otherwise it's like at first, because these share the same, I figured the defense values would be the same then too. Like for tier 3 and up, I just obviously don't have any higher. But enemy AI wear these and they drop this, so I've seen that the Texas Farmer mask gets up to 850. And like I said, this gets up to 872. Right there, as you see. So it's like, it's not that. I'm pretty sure the Agamemnon gear, the Avatar of Zard, drops at 872. So it looks like it shares the same defense values as those. In the end, it just has way more durability. Because the same goes for the chest piece. 92, 219. 92, 219, just like the Ryback and the Special Forces. So you think it'd have the same defense as those, because this game has, that's how this game works, whatever the defense values are, they'll stay the same for all those types of gear. You see 77 184, 77 184. So the trucker outfit would end up with these exact same defense values. Just the only difference is the elemental resistances, really, and the appearance, if you actually care about that. This game's so hard up on its stats though, in my opinion. Freaking appearance doesn't really matter. And same here, see, the chest piece is a little more expensive. You can't tell with chest pieces though, because they always say A once you have them leveled. Well, actually, apparently theirs is just B, so I guess you can tell it right there. But as you see, the tier 3, it's only 1720, and like that, the Shogun armor is better than that. And the tier 4 at +2, it's only like 2,600 something. It's barely better than that. So it's like, it doesn't really go up a whole lot compared to something like the cat armor here. The cat armor is a lot tougher, but of course it doesn't have the durability advantage that this has. And it's not necessarily easy to level. I can tell you right now though that the base version of the tier 4 +1 and +2 were all the same. It was just 2 bullet metal for each upgrade and 7 ultra pure. So that was pretty easy to do. Oh, and +2 also slapped on 1 war ensemble purple. I forgot about that. But it pretty much is always going to take that. The tier 3 was the same, where it took 2 bullet metal for every upgrade. So it takes a lot of bullet metal. I'd say with this helmet, it always takes like 4 leather and 2 aluminum alloy. It didn't start taking carbon fiber until this one in +3. So they're really not too bad to level, so I can understand the defense values not being high. But then here's the biggest inconsistency. Look at these pants. Like, look at those defense values. Like, that is ridiculous. Why in God's creation does it just beat everything? And this is the same thing, like that ultra pure and the bone metal, it literally requires that amount for every upgrade. all the way up to +1, like base and +1, that's all it takes. And then of course +2 is 1 war ensemble, then 2 war ensemble, and then 3 purple. But that's it. You get A durability pants that have more defense than freaking Knight Raider. Because even those, 2575. Like, the pants just don't make sense. And the pants, as you see, also have more defense than the special forces in the Ryback, which is what I was comparing it to. Like, they're the same at tier 1, but then they're slightly better at tier 2. At tier 3, I don't know, because it just doesn't seem that great in general at that point. But tier 4 is just skyrockets, and I don't know if that's a bug or intended, because it's like, why is just one piece of the gear significantly better? Like I said, what's worse too is if you mix this with the Knight Raider for the resistances, you'd have a ridiculous amount of defense. Your pants ain't gonna break as fast because it's got higher durability, and you would only have -2 to slash. You'd actually have +1 to blunt still, and you'd only be weak to shock. Like, you're barely weak to bullet and slashing, and you'd only be weak to shock, really. So of course the massager's still gonna mess you up, but it's like, that's just kind of crazy that if you mix those, once you have this fully upgraded, like once I get one more purple, that's like 253 more defense. And yeah, so like I said, I don't know if this is intended or what. Like, I don't know if the rest of the pieces are supposed to be just as OP and they just didn't get it, or if the pants got bugged out and they have way more stats than they should, or like I said, they did it on purpose for pay to win reasons. We're not going to jump to conclusions, just that's how I feel about it personally, and I just wanted to share the info. And I on the wiki, I haven't seen anything about the tank commander being updated on there, so I figured I'd share my findings on it and all that shit. Because otherwise, like, yeah, like if the full set was like as strong as these pants are, that's not bad at all, because it'd take like all 3 pieces of the set to equal the price of like 1 Forceman gear. You just obviously have to level this thing all the way up. But in my opinion, it really wasn't that hard. I feel like the cat armor was harder to level than the tank commander, and the cat armor's like just as strong as the Hell Slugger and stuff, because that's how this game works. Like I said, you see, 72, 172, 1357. I just haven't finished leveling these, but 72, 172, 1357, 2399. That's what those are going to end up with, and you can kill haters, and when they drop their pants, it'll say 2399. So you could just go off of defense values like that, based on the tier. The stars don't matter. It's all about the tier of the thing. Oh, actually, no, the stars do matter, because that's how they match up, but yeah, because 1 star, yeah. Which is why I was comparing this to the special forces and the Ryback, because see, it's 1 star as well. So never mind, the stars do matter. But yeah, so that's what this video was about, because yeah, this is just ridiculous. Like, that defense, dude. It's same with if you mix it with white steel armor. If you want to go the other way, you would still have positive. You'd be resistant to like everything except bullets, and your bullet resist would only be -14. That's really not that bad, considering you can just block and bullets don't do like really anything. And you'd have like 600 more defense. So wearing like the white steel helmet and the white steel chest piece with this, you'd have like 7k defense, while being resistant to everything but fire, and then you're weak to bullets. But like I said, you could always just block the bullets. It's just, like I said, I don't know if that was intended or anything like that, but just thought I'd share the news.